Baird is a leader who has lost the plot.
Totally.
A leader who doesn't care what the community thinks has lost the right to govern. We should be talking today about sacking Baird, not sacking the councils. Now, since Mike Baird didn't have the guts or the honesty to run on this issue in the election, since he doesn't have the decency or sense of honesty and fair play to give us the chance to have a say in plebiscites, he's left us with no alternative but to make Malcolm Turnbull's double dissolution a referendum on forced council amalgamations in New South Wales. I call upon everybody here to be out campaigning on this basis, that if the Liberal Party don't drop this affront to democracy that is forced council amalgamations, we will be out campaigning during the federal election, which isn't far away, and we're doing that because the state government hasn't been honest enough to give us the chance to do so here. Thank you.
We also need to make sure, and this was said at the last big Save Our Councils meeting, people said, well look, the state election is not for 3 years. What can we do politically? Someone from the floor shouted out, the state election mightn't be 3 years away, but there's a big election coming in a few months in New South Wales, and that's the federal election. We have to make this issue an issue for the federal election as well. My simple message to Premier Baird, stop the bullying, stop the forced mergers, allow local communities to decide their own fate. It's a privilege to have spoken to you today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. My name is Jackie Tuck and I work with Save Our Council Coalition and also MAFA against forced amalgamations, but I also have a very big place in my heart for the country. Now I'm going to read you a letter that is from a very hard-working fighter in the country. She's from Oberon, and the letter is to the Deputy Premier Troy Grant. The letter is from Marge Armstrong, an impressive and long-term anti-amalgamation fighter for the Central West. To the Deputy Premier Troy Grant, who called all anti-amalgamationists like the Simpsons, here's what she wrote to him. You and the Baird government are attempting to remove the democratic rights from many communities, and apparently you all believe we should all accept this without question. Mr. Grant, this is simply not going to happen. We will stand against the government. We will not give up. Yay. Now, how will you, the government, like it when the next federal election comes up and we, Mr. Grant's Simpsons, campaign strongly against you? We will not be ordered around by politicians who do not listen to their communities. One other quick message. Australia's Deputy Prime Minister, Nationals leader Barbara Joyce apparently doesn't like forced council amalgamations. Commenting on a proposed forced amalgamation plan for Walker and Tamworth Council, Barnaby wrote on February 22nd that I fully support strong community calls for the proposed amalgamation to be withdrawn. Barnaby's media release clearly states it is important that country communities such as Walker are supported to maintain their own identities rather than see them consolidated into larger local government regions as proposed under the Fit for the Future. Well, that's the Baird government plan. And why is this statement so important? Well, because in the recent North Sydney federal by-election, Liberal Grant Zimmerman lost between 13 and 17% of the vote, and it was all about council amalgamation. Thank you.
This is not the end. This is just the beginning, because if Mike Baird forces this through, services will suffer horribly. Councils and communities that don't know each other will be left to clean up his mess. Let's show Mike Baird who's boss. Let's make this a federal election issue. Don't leave it until next week. This week, write to your federal member and write to Malcolm Turnbull and say to Malcolm, if you don't grab Mike Baird by the scruff of the neck and get him to clean this up, we'll clean you up.
No forced amalgamation! No forced amalgamations.
We shall not be merged.
No more broken promises.
We shall not be merged.
Just like the tree that's standing by the water.
We shall not be merged.
We shall not be merged. We shall not be merged. Just like the tree that's standing by the water. We shall not be merged.
We'll stand and fight together.
We shall not be merged.
We'll stand and win this battle.
We shall not be merged.